because it's rather, it's something that I want to be aware of. However, if it becomes bothersome to any of you, just let me know.
I can't think of another one. Everybody will point to, Elon Musk and X as one of those. There's some things they do that I don't like still. I think their heart's in the right place and they're moving in the right direction. These guys at Rumble are taking these people on head on. They're taking on governments around the world. They're taking on Google. They're taking on every single possible way they can. And they're launching new pieces of technology to make your lives better, your experience better, to make our lives as creators a little bit easier. Tim Tolman, you love Rumble Studio. You said it was cool, and you don't say that. And it just launched, so it's only going to get better. So let us know what you thought about the experience today there, and we will absolutely keep trying this out. We weren't going to roll it out for everything yet, but we might be able to transition over to that here pretty quickly. Thank you again. Support us at Mug Club. Mug Clubbers, we're going to take all of the rest of the segment and also the speech. You will not miss a single second of that speech. We'll make sure that we bring it up for you. Thank you very much. And to everybody else, people on YouTube, I love you. I don't have a problem that you go to YouTube sometimes. What I want you to do, though, here's how you fight like hell. It's really difficult. Type in rumble.com. Watch us on Rumble. And stop using YouTube, because YouTube can piss off.
Just running me. Wait a second. Alright guys, I'm looking at something right now. Yeah. That's what I want to see. That's how long it's going to be. Alright, calm down.
I can't carry anymore.
Aquí se va.
Greetings.
I'll actually keep that because it's still low level.
Right now, today, we could stop it. They're destroying our country. Very bad shape, but very much against me saying these things. They want to raise your taxes by 4 times. They want to stop you from having cars. The ridiculous mandates that make it impossible for you to get a car or afford a car. Make it very possible. We're trying to develop all of our cars. Very serious problem that we have. We just went through many experiences. Had a conflicted judge, highly conflicted. There's never been a more conflicted. I'm under a gag order. Potential candidates. I'm under a gag order, nasty gag order, where I had to pay thousands of dollars in fines. I was threatened with jail. Think of it, I'm the leading candidate. Leading Biden by a lot, leading Republicans, point where that's over. So I'm the leading person for president, and I'm under a gag order. I'm a man that can't put 2 sentences together, given by a court, and they are in total conjunction with the White House and Judge Eddie, just so you understand. That's by Biden and his people. Maybe his people more. Anything. Nevertheless, the president, so it's his name.
Quote unquote.
And done by Washington. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We have a judge who's highly conflicted. We don't. It is nobody wants to write about it. Not allowed to talk about it. If I do, he said I get put in jail. So play that game a little bit longer. We won't talk about it, but you're allowed to talk. You do. There's never been anybody so confused as this. As far as the itself, very unfair. It allows how to use our election expert in any circumstances. Know what happened to some of the witnesses. They were literally crucified. Man, he looks like an angel, but he's devil. Nice and soft. He really seems like such a nice man, but this is in action. So that and we wanted to do things. You let us do. The government wanted something. They got everything. They got everything. In Greek trial, we wanted a venue change. We could have a fair trial. And it wanted a judge change. A judge that wasn't conflicted. And nobody's ever seen anything like it. Had a DA who is failed DA. Crime is rampant in New York, violent crime. That's what he's really supposed to do. It was rampant in New York. McDonald's, you had a man hitting him up with machetes. Machete. Imagine even a machete being wielded in a store in a place they're eating, and this rampant. The drag is down watching the trial. What they call crime. Falsifying. That sounds so bad. To me, it sounds bad. You know, it's only a misdemeanor, but to me it sounds so bad. When they say falsifying business, bad thing. I've had that before. Falsifying. You know what falsifying business is? in the first degree. They falsifying business. Sounds so good, right? Instead, legal expense, paid a lawyer, totally legal, paid a lawyer, legal expense. And a bookkeeper without any knowledge from me correctly marked it down in the books. Very professional woman, highly respected, she testified. Marked it down in the books as a legal expense. Legal expense, paid a lawyer, is a legal expense in the books. It's not sheetrock, construction, or any other thing. Legal expense. There. This is what the falsification of the... And I said, what else are you going to do? What else are you doing? Now I would have testified. I wanted to. The theory is you never testify. Because you testify anybody. When George Washington don't testify, they'll get you on something that you said slightly wrong and then they sue you. I didn't care about that. The judge allowed them to go into everything that I was ever involved in this case. Everything that I was ever involved in, which is a first. Went to every single thing that I ever did. You bad boy here, you bad boy there.
Stay a while and listen.
What I wanted to do is I simply would have loved to play. To this day, I would have. I would have said something out of whack. Like it was a beautiful sunny day and it was actually raining out. I very much appreciate the big crowd of people outside. Incredible what's level of support has been. So the whole thing is legal expense was marked down as legal expense. Think of it. This I committed that I'm supposed to go to jail for 187 years. When you have violent crime all over the city at levels that nobody's ever seen. When you have businesses leaving, and businesses are leaving because of this, because heads of businesses think, man, we don't want to. I could go to any business person in the city and I could find things that in theory, I guess, let's indict him, let's destroy his life. But I'm out there and I don't mind being out there because I'm doing something for this country and I'm doing something for our Constitution. It's very important, far beyond me. This can't be allowed to happen to other presidents. Never be allowed to happen in the future. Far beyond me. This is bigger than Trump. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than my president. And the people understand it. I just see a poll came out, the Daily Mail. First one came out, done last night right after the verdict, where I'm up 6 points. 6 points from what we already were. We were leading fairly substantially. We're up 6 points in the Daily Mail poll. Now maybe other polls come out and there's something differently. But a lot of people have predicted it because the public understands and they understand what's going on. It was a scam. It was a rigged trial. Shouldn't have been in that venue. We shouldn't have had that judge. He should have allowed us to have an election expert. We had the best expert, most respected expert, head of the Federal Elections Commission. He was all set to testify. He was waiting for 2 days. And when it was his turn, Bragg's people protested. And the judge knocked him out, that you can't testify. He actually said you can't testify for anything having to do with Trump. You can say what the federal elections is. Well, that doesn't help. Everybody knows that. You can't testify. So essentially, he wasn't able to testify. Other people weren't able to testify. With these people, they were able to use full salacious. So wait, nothing ever happened. No anything. Nothing ever happened that they know of. They were as salacious as they could be. It had nothing to do with the case, but it had to do with it. And do you notice the timing? The timing was perfect. This case was dead. It was dropped by every agency, every governmental board. It was dropped by the highly respected Southern District. They said, no, there's no case here. It was dropped by federal election, and that's what's federal election, not a state election. Not even allowed to look at it. They took the state and the city and they went into a federal election. They're not allowed. The people from federal election, Southern District, and Washington dropped the case. Everybody dropped the case. There was no. Cy Vance dropped the case. When Bragg came in, he said, "This is the most ridiculous case I've ever seen." And who would have a certain person, again, gag order, who would have a certain person like this ever testify? He said, "This is essentially one of the worst people I've ever seen ever testify." The craziest case I've ever seen. Bragg. Then when they announced I was running for president, a long time later, decided to revive this. And they got a judge, which Marcia was responsible for another case that was also brought. Destroyed the life of a very good man, by the way. The life of a good man. Went to prison once. And then they just put him in prison again because they said he didn't die. I looked at the statements he made. In fact, he didn't remember something and they put him in jail and destroyed him. With me for many years. He was an honorable person. And
Good day.
you look at what he did.
Hello.
Never happened. There's never been anything like it. Over the education of his grandchildren. Over, he didn't report that he had a car. His income. People here have cars. I wonder how many people said, "Oh, I have a car." Next house. How do you even figure it? And I guess you do have to report. They probably almost nobody does. Nobody even thinks about it. They put this man, they destroyed this man. But they put him in jail again because they didn't want him to testify. They didn't want him to testify. He went to jail. Put him in jail twice. 77 years old. Normally I'd say that's the wrong guy. But I don't. Nobody ever says that about me. I come to say, I have a little sorrow for this. Say that about me. Maybe I'm better off. But they put him in jail twice. And you have to see what they put him in jail. And he was threatened by the judge. The man was told, "You're going to get 15 years in jail if you don't give up Trump." And he was told that. "You're going to get 15 years in jail." And made a plea deal because the rest of his, and he was told that viciously. We're living in a fascist. He was told that viciously. You can go to jail for 4 months, 5 months, or you can get 15 years in jail. So we'll play. Everyone.
You got a Sir Rune.
Whole group of lawyers that fight that. It's so unfair. So unfair. But they destroyed his life.
Sir Rune,
So many other things. You look at Southern District didn't want to bring the case. Nobody wanted to. And then you know who didn't want to bring the case? Well, Frank didn't want it. Then he brought it. And they tried to make it a different case. They didn't say legal expense equal legal expense. Again, I wrote down.
Hello.
Paid a lawyer. And by the way, this was a highly qualified lawyer. Now, I'm not allowed to use his name because of the gag order. But, you know, he's just, everybody, take a while to find out.
Good day.
Effective. Work. Wasn't a fixer. You know, they like to use the word fixer. He wasn't a fixer. At the time, he was a fully accredited lawyer. Now, he got into trouble not because of me. He got into trouble because he made out deals and he had something to do with Texas. And my dad. He borrowed money. And that's why and then he put 3 elections. I saw that, I said, I wonder why he did that. He planned, he took a deal. He took a deal because he wanted to get off. It's take a plea deal and I want to get off. And he wanted to make a deal with the Southern District. And they wrote the worst report I think I've ever seen on any human being, other than the report that was written, James Comey, by the Inspector General. Actually. What a report that was so bad. This one was possibly worse. The district, the judge didn't let us use it.
Excuse me.
I said, it's not hearsay. We don't let us use it. About the man. In trouble. For a very simple reason. Bob was borrowing a lot of money and he did something with the banks that joined the banks, but something happened. Because and in addition to that, he gave up on 3 things where he wasn't guilty. In fact, they were going to testify in that. At the FEC, the Brad Smith, the election expert, number 1 made it in the country, going to testify. He took a plea on 3 things, he just added them in because that gave him more bargaining power. But the 3 things that he said on having to do with the election and having to do essentially a little bit with me, they weren't crimes. 4 is paying money under an NDA. We have an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Big deal in non-disclosure agreement. Totally honorable, totally good, totally accepted. Everybody has them. Company has non-disclosure. The press called it hush fund, all sorts of hush money, hush money, hush money. Called it non-disclosure. And most of the people will never know. It's a grace. Not hush money. The non-disclosure agreement, totally legal, totally common. As and what happened is signed a non-disclosure.
Yes.
With this person. Totally honest. You'll have to make the payment. You don't have to make it. You can make it any way you want. It's a non-disclosure. And he signed that. And there was nothing wrong with signing. And this should have been a non-case. And everybody said it was a, including Brad. Brad said, until I ran for office. And then they saw the polls. I was leading the Republicans. I was leading the Democrats. Everybody, all of a sudden, they know it. Very sad thing that's happening in our country. And it's something that I'm honored in a way. I'm honored that it's pleasant. Very bad for family, very bad for friends and businesses. But I'm honored to be involved in it because somebody has to do it. I just will keep going and be the one. Very honored to be involved because we're fighting for our country. The money that was paid, there was nothing illegal. In fact, the lawyer in creating the NDA, because at that time he was a fully accredited lawyer, wasn't effective. I never thought it was. The media called him a prosecutor. He was a lawyer. And he was fairly good. But I didn't like what he did. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I became president. He went around and made deals with companies. When I heard that, he was gone. He was gone. And a lot of this involved things very simple. These was standard stuff. All standard stuff. Everything involved was standard. There was no crime here. As I just watched a couple of the reports, you watched Jonathan Turner. Hey, Jared, you look at all of these people. Mark Levin, all very talented, big people. Many more. And they don't know me, essentially. They don't know me, that legal scholars, experts. And I look at them, I went early this morning saying, there's no crime here. Everybody says there's no crime here. Except for this gay that's got the city out of control with crime. Absolutely. So we have an NDA that was signed. We have legal expenses. And here's the thing with legal expenses. Have 100, when they say, just record, falsification of business records in the first degree. It sounds so bad. I said, wow. And even my own lawyers, I'm very upset with them because they don't say what it is. They say falsification of legal records is only a felony. Well, that's a lot. It's only a misdemeanor. But they try and bring it up to a felony if there's two crimes. They have all these different things. The other thing is they missed the statute of limitations. Very old. They could have brought this 7 years ago instead of bringing it right in the middle of the election. So they missed the statute of limitations. They did everything. Now let me give you the good news. The good news is, last night, we just got a report this morning, in the history of politics, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, we will find them, maybe, I don't think so. They raised with small money donors, meaning like $21, $42, $53, $38, a record $39 million in about a 10-hour period. No, look at that. I like those people. I guess it's backfired. I don't know. I'd rather not have it happen. I don't want to have it backfire in this thing. Legitimately, not because they were stupid and did things that they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't have brought this case. They were saying it this morning. A case that should not have been brought. Like Andy McCarthy say this is a case that should not have been brought. They all say it. Every legal scheme. They got these big and the law. The other thing, the poll just came out. The first it just came out a little while ago. The Daily Mail. Does anybody read the Daily Mail? The poll. At least I like it today. And the Daily Mail just came out with a poll, and it has Trump up 6 points in the last 12 hours. 6 points since this happened. Thought this could happen. As the people of our country know it's a hoax. You know? And we're going to be appealing this scam. We're going to be appealing it on many different things. He wouldn't allow us to have witnesses. He wouldn't allow us to talk. He wouldn't allow us to... The judge was a tyrant. And you got to see that with Bob Costello. A fine man. Never seen anything like it. Neither has anybody that was in that court. They demanded that the courthouse there. Now the good news is most of the people in the media, anybody that was in the media, if you're fair, will say, wow. Anger. Praised. He was praised. And the reason that fellow acted a bit upset was that every question was being asked was objected to by the other side and sustained by the judge. Sustained. I think he did it many times. Many times. And I was sitting there saying, and these were basic. And I never saw anybody treated that way. I've been treated very bad. 2 other judges. Because it's all the same. And it all comes out of the White House. Look at Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. The worst president in the history of our country. The most incompetent this president we've ever had. He's the dumbest president. The most incompetent president. He's the most dishonest president. So many of he's a Manchurian candidate. Take a look at the way he treats China, Russia, so many others. You know, I ended the Russian pipeline. It was dead. Comes in and he approves it. He gets $3.5 million, meaning $3.5 million is paid to the family, his family.
A Mal room. So I've got a Sir, a Mal, and a poll today. Pretty good.
I said, where did that come from? Nobody wants to talk.
We're only 30 minutes in.
It's a very big danger to our country. The only way they think they can win this election by doing exactly what they're doing right now, win it in the courts because they can't win it in the ballot. But we're going to show them that it's actually I'm wired in such a way that would have gone away after hoax number one. Great support from the Republicans. Then you had impeachment hoax number 2. Then they formed, how about they formed the committee of thugs? Day 6, committee of thugs. They took their records, they destroyed all of the records after the committee was ended. Those records were great for us. Can you imagine if Republicans did that? Everybody would have been in jail by now. Think of the unselect, I call it the unselected. I call it the unselect committee of thugs. They meet, that Democrat and 2 past Republicans no longer in business. All Democrats who they were Miss Cheney, Ryan, Adam Kitchen, every socially. And that was our record. They had all this, the leakage. Then when it came time to look at the records,
I am overburdened.
police said, and the Capitol Guard said, I supplied, think of it, I recommended many soldiers or National Guard as you want. 10,000. You had 500, you wouldn't have had a problem, wouldn't have been a Jason. But Nancy Pelosi and the keeping one. Anyway, they have testimony, all of that, but I did not attack the secret organization. You know, these are small people. And I supposedly went to the driver. I grabbed him around the neck. He rebuffed me, and then I went to the other guy, who I think is a black belt. He's slightly younger than me. Maybe 35 years, 50 years. They grabbed him around the neck and said, black belt, they knew how to get somebody around their neck. You got like this, and that would be the end of that. Actually, I had a friend that said, you shouldn't dispute that. That makes you look like the toughest you will ever be. You shouldn't let that go on. Actually, it never happened. It was all made up. It was proven to be made up. Proved to be false. And they deleted and destroyed all of that information. The answer there. We're dealing with a corrupt government. We have a corrupt country. Our elections are corrupt. Our borders are open. Our borders are going to be closed very soon. November 5th. Going to be the most important day in the history of the world. Now, when I say that, because my people are always saying, do this, heading for DonaldJTrump.com. I hope everybody watching right now, DonaldJTrump.com. It really makes a difference. They have a lot of money on the other side. Where they get it, nobody knows. But they're not on the side of our country. In many ways, I think they hate our country. Who on earth can want open borders where people are allowed to pour in? Countries unknown, from places unknown, from languages that we haven't even, the people sitting in schools, with languages where very few have even heard of, like Spanish, French, or Russian. Languages. We have people the globe, and many of them are not good people. Many terrorists. Record levels of terrorism. Record levels of terrorism come into our country. Record. Never seen anything like it. But there was a report that in 2019, you don't believe this one. And it was good for me, believe it or not. That in 2019, there were no terrorists reported that came into our country. I don't believe that. It's possible. Perhaps 2019 was a rough year. I don't believe that can be possible. But they said no terrorists came into our country. It was close. It was close. But now record levels, the highest level we've ever seen of terrorists are pouring into our country. You have China, who just in the last few months, 29,000 people came in, and I looked at them on a line. They're perfect soldiers. They're almost all male. 19 to 25, it looks like anxious. They have beautiful tents, they have propane stoves, they have cell phones, best you could buy. And so what's going on? Like they're building an army right in our country. Now, losing our country. And I really think that this is an event, what took place yesterday with this. But he's understand that. I say that knowing that it's very dangerous for me, and I don't mind. I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to save our country and to save our country. I don't mind.
For 30 years for him. It's been on record for saying that.
So, thank you. So we will continue to fight. Be great again. Simple. People fight MAGA. Make America great again. All it is, MAGA. Make America great again. Our country's in serious trouble. $36 trillion. Going to be, we were energy independent for the first time ever. Now we're begging Venezuela for oil. Once this after here.
Hello.
Venezuela was crime-ridden. Caracas, cities, crime-ridden. 3 years ago. They just reported a 72% drop in crime in the last year. Because all of their criminals, most of them, the rest are coming in now. Ones that didn't come in. Venezuela, their prisons have been emptied into the United States. Their criminals and drug dealers have been taken out of the cities and brought into the United States. And that's true with many other countries. Congo has just released a lot of people from jail. Congo, Africa. Just released a lot of people from their prisons and jails and brought them into the United States of America. This is what's not sustainable by anyone. Little things like our kids can't have a Little League game anymore because you have tents and you have migrants living. That's the least of it. People are taking over our luxury hotels, migrants, and yet our veterans, great veterans, are living on the streets. Like dogs, they're living on the streets. Migrants are living in luxury hotels in cities all over our country, run by Democrats. So it's my honor to be doing this. It really is. It's a very unpleasant thing, to be honest. But it's a great, great honor. Do what I have to do. I'm going to do it. And the support has been, that's why I mentioned the number of $39 million. That's why I mentioned we're up 6 points. We went up a lot over the last. Everybody saw it was a big deal. It was a big trial. But we're going to make America great again. We're going to make it better than ever before. November 5th, remember, November 5th is the most important day in the history of our country. Thank you very much.
Holds all spaces. The memories surge back, and the man as he was, so unworthy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
despised by many, hated by a few, loved only by a little group. The greatest.
And the piece of the you can't be cards forever. I don't even have them anymore. Hit the fucking thing, please. Oh, holy shit! 200,000. What the fuck just happened? We got it. We got Digigus. We got broken glasses. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Maybe we'll work here forever. I got Gizmos behind me. Holy shit. 200. Who the fuck gets 200,000 people? The answer is this guy and his broken glass of thing. What heck the stuff is out here. Folks, thank you so much. Really an honor thing with you. I hope you understand why we did that. He was like, talk a little more, and it's the first time we're doing it. He's right, but I just didn't want to interrupt for a while. But there was some, slow points in there where I had some stuff to say. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, I encourage you to check it out on Rumble because I had a lot of reaction. Folks, this upside down flag, you know what, man? I mean every word of it. We're in distress. You know it, and I know it, and we all feel it. Now, again, he asked, man, you heard him. This guy is so ready to fight. He's not going to be able to do it alone. DonaldJTrump.com. If you can't, folks, donate $1. Just donate $1. That's all I'm asking. I promise you I did it. Go look at the records. It's all public. You can see everything about what I put. I'm going to be putting more money in myself into other causes to help him get elected. It matters to me. If you can't donate $1, totally understand. Maybe go out a yard sign. If you can't do a yard sign, email some people, register some people. Go find Scotty Pressler. He's out there registering voters in all of these swing states. There's a number of things you can do. Post on social media your outrage today, and do not take any of this lying down. None of it. You are not going to accept this. Don't be forced into accepting it. This is bullshit, and don't listen to anyone, any channel that ever refers to this guy as a convicted felon because you know it's bullshit. Hey, do we have some time? We do. We go into some just quick. So I want to show these guys the Norm Eisen stuff. Hey, I just want you to. We're gonna be doing the radio show on this same channel. By the way, I'm sorry. I feel fired up. Second. I've been saying this channel a lot. A couple people reached out and they said, Dan, I listen to you on Apple and Spotify. You keep saying the radio show on this channel, and I'm looking on Apple and Spotify. Which is my fault. Totally stupid. You guys, thank you for the. That's why I love criticism. The radio show, if you want to listen, it'll be free for all 3 hours today. If you want to watch it, rumble.com/Bongino. That's what I mean by this thing. Just go there. After this is over, it'll say live radio. Just click there. It stays live today for 3 hours because it's an emergency. We usually do the first two. Last is for local subscribers. I just want to show you a few things before we go because we did put a show together for this. Folks, the same people who are marshaling this effort, the legal lawfare Twinkies effort up in New York, the same exact people are the same people who were involved in the collusion hoax. Justin, I know you're doing it right now. So you have the Ingracia tweet? Throw that up on the screen. Look, watch this. This is super important. You know this name. Norm Eisen, one of the legal masterminds of all the lawfare waged against Trump, was spotted in the courthouse overflow room today. This was yesterday. This is a man who should not be within, 200 miles of any courthouse. This Norm Eisen is the same. Here's his tweet yesterday. Putting out the fake now N-word scandal again. That there's a tape of Donald Trump dropping the N-bomb. It never happened, dude. This is the same guy, Norm Eisen, behind all of this shit. I want to play a quick clip of my show from a while back warning you about this guy. This guy is one of the key. It's up there with Soros, the level of damage this guy's doing to this country. As you start to hear all these new fake stories come out about Trump, this guy, Norm Eisen, is one of the masterminds behind it. He was in court yesterday. He was in court. Play the cut of me going off on Eisen a while. I want to see this. One of the ringleaders, a complete piece of shit, a piece of human garbage, is at the forefront of the effort to burn the United States to the ground. Is a piece of human garbage known as Norm Eisen. Norm Eisen has been knee-deep in all of this bullshit, all the players. Norm Eisen is one of the single most destructive people in America. He is out to burn the Constitution to the ground. All of these things we're talking about, the Norm Eisen, they all know each other. all working to start this coup, soft coup, actually hard coup if they don't get their way. Here's Norm Eisen. I want you to listen how he talks about here, how if he doesn't get their way, basically with the efforts to keep Trump off the ballot, here's their new effort, that they're just going to bankrupt Trump and destroy his business. Totally unethical, immoral, and potentially illegal. But they'll do that if they don't get their way. This is serious stuff, folks. This is not a joke. Listen.
To get your sense, what's the risk right now for the Trump organization?
Well, it's substantial, Wolf, including that when all of these trial and appellate proceedings are concluded, it may no longer be called the Trump Organization. It's not just the massive over $300 million in financial penalties for the wrongdoing that the Attorney General is seeking, but there is injunctive relief. This judge has already ordered, it's been stayed pending appeal. This judge has already ordered some of the remedies that can be referred to as a corporate death penalty. Trump and his sons not allowing to participate in the business, not allowed to do other business, to take loans for a period of time, perhaps putting a receiver in charge. If all of that comes to pass, and if it holds up on appeal, and I think the judge has been careful, like with those Eric and Don Jr. comments, he's showing balance. If it holds up on appeal, this could be the end of the Trump Organization as we have known it for all of these years.
It's the same people. The same freaking people. This guy was involved in the PP hoax, the collusion hoax, the impeachment hoax. It's the same people. It's recommended they bankrupt the Trump empire a little while ago. That segment was going off on this guy. I've been warning you about him forever. Now, listen, one more clip. This is super important. This is Eisen after the conviction. The same clown falsely claiming there's some N-word tape on Donald Trump involved with the PP hoax, telling him they should bankrupt the Trump empire. You would think this guy would say, hey man, let's back off a little bit. The MAGA crowd's really pissed. No, now he's arguing to put Trump in jail in the clink. These people are crazy. You think we're dealing with normal Democrats? You're nuts. You're dealing with commies. Listen to this.
Timeline. Strongly disagree, as Ryan knows, and countless hours he edited me, putting me to the task. Eric, he made me look 10,000 falsified business things. And here's what that is why we love it. That's right. And here's what I discovered, that in the most serious FBR cases, imprisonment is routinely imposed.
I warned you. I told you about that guy. Well, Aaron, I love you all. Gotta go. You guys are the best, man. Folks, I got a Bald radio show in a few minutes. An extended show today. It was all for you guys because it's an important day. Gotta be some lazy ass and not show up. We had to take that presser. You see why. He's ready to fight, so am I. DonaldJTrump.com. Donate today, not tomorrow, even if it's $1. Just do it. Do. The talk is cheap. The do matters. Been there, done it, run for all.
Stretchy stretch. Excuse me.
Greetings. Yes?
Excuse me.
Stay a while and listen. Greetings.
So, 1 second, guys. Just doing something. I'll be right back. Just checking something.
Greetings. Yes? I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Main strength.
Yes? Yes?
What do I want to make? So many different things I can. I haven't done that. Here you go.
Good day. Good day. Greetings. Yes?
Damn it.
Stay a while and listen. Good day. Greetings. Hello.
Back in a bit. Gotta go do something. Guys, I'm gonna cut the stream short because I got stuff I gotta do today. But whoever was here to hang out with me for the few minutes that I was here, glad you were. I will see you on Monday.